Hey, my name is Alan. I'm one of the co-founders of HomeBot Ireland, and today I'm going to show you how to maintain glider. So here we have the glider machine itself and the home station, so both do need to be cleaned. So I'm going to start with a glider. First thing you do is remove the water tank, because if you do turn any of these robots upside down, water can leak into the machine if it's not clipped in properly, and it's good practice just to remove the tank. So the mops are a self-cleaning mop. They self-clean inside the tank, but maybe once a month or so, just remove the actual mop pad itself, and you could wash them in the sink, or you can throw them into the washing machine. This one actually has paper in the back of it. Inside here we have the roller brush assembly. So these two clips here will open the roller brush, and you can see the amount of dust and dirt that's accumulated inside here. This is all quite normal. Also, this little wheel here can be removed, and normally there is a lot of dirt would be built up inside the wheel and in the actual axle as well. So you could push out the wheel and take any bit of hair or dust fibers or anything that's around the edge of it. Just give it a clean, but this one is quite clean, so this can go back together. What I normally do is use a baby wipe just to wipe down the actual rolling surface. Wipe all the surface down, because what happens is dirt actually sticks to the brush, and it actually loses its efficiency. Even just that much is enough to keep it clean. The brush itself sometimes will have a lot of hair, depending on if people in your household or your dogs have long hair. In the box you get this cleaning brush, the self-cleaning brush, but there is an attachment on the back of it that you can remove it, and there is a blade in there for removing the hair out of the brush. It's basically just a cutter that cuts the hair out. Also, these side wheels can be removed. There is hair, we'll just wipe down with a baby wipe. And then on the other side of it is the outside cover of the roller brush. Again, you'll see there's a lot of dirt and debris stuck in it. So again, just baby wipe it clear, and it's good to go again. So once that's clean, you assemble the roller brush again. So it just clicks in from the side, pushes down, and then just be assembled back on again. Clicked in. Just have a look and make sure there's no major hairs stuck around this guy. This can be removed, just a little Phillips screw, and he can come off, and you can remove any hair that's inside here. And also make sure that the fingers of the side brush are still intact. These are consumable items, and they will break off over time, just the nature of them, and they are disposable items, so you can just keep an eye on them. So just give these a quick wipe off as well, backward and front, and they pop back on again. Same with the other one. If you find that the mop pads sometimes get coming off the pads, there can be dirt or hair stuck behind the mop itself on the pad. So you can just run this under warm water and maybe get like a paintbrush and just brush it off, or even an old toothbrush. You will be able to kind of free any dirt that's in here. That will kind of rejuvenate the surface of the mop pad. Sometimes you could find that the mop would fall off it. So once you get your fresh clean mops again, you just sit back on and Velcro on, and that is the bottom side of the machine clean. So we'll flip it over. We just open the dust lid, and the dust box is in here. So normally this dust box, you never really have to attend to it, because it is always returning home. The machine is always returning home to self clean. But occasionally it is good practice just to remove the dust box and have a look at the filter inside here. So this one has 3 filters. It's got a gauze that will catch a lot of the dust particles. It's got a sponge type of a filter, which again filters the next part of the dust, and then there is a paper element filter. All 3 of these do need to be kept clean. If any of these get blocked, or all 3 of them get blocked, what can happen is the machine can actually pull dirt from alongside them and around them and pull it into the actual machine, which means the machine itself inside in the motor will get blocked with dirt. So it is vital that these guys are kept clean. Hot water, and all you do is run it under the tap, just wash all the dirt off the filter till it's nice and clean. Same with this one. And just squeeze them dry. Now you can just leave these dry overnight and then you can put them back into the machine again in the morning. Ideally with this filter, this one isn't really designed to get wet, but what you can do with this guy is just tap them and you see all the dirt coming off. So when you're finished all of it, pop the tray back in, click in, close down the lid, and then install the water tank into the back of it. And that is the robot itself cleaned, ready to go again. This is the home station of Glider. There's two items of this that need to be cleaned. The number one is the dirty water tank this is the dirty water that's basically been cleaned off the mops of the Glider machine itself. So this does need to be removed and cleaned out. It is good practice to keep this clean once a week, definitely. Otherwise the water can become stale and can start to smell. So even if it isn't full, it is a good idea just to wash it out once a week. Water needs to be filled up. So fill it up close to near its max. Also this filter is a little clip down the bottom, so sometimes that clip can come off. Just make sure that before you start filling it that filter is down the bottom and it's clipped into its home. So this can be reinserted back into the Homebase. You'll see then this light on the machine will turn white. So it was indicating red as the dirty water tank was full and the fresh water tank was empty. So now we have cleaned the water tanks and filled the main tank, and now it's gone back to white. Other times you will see this go red is if the tray inside is dirty. So regardless of it being red or not, this would need to be cleaned at least once a week if the machine is out every day. So this tray gets removed. You can see the level of dirt that's on this one. So you can just use the brush that comes with the machine to wash it off. So again, just rinse it off. The machine has a self-cleaning option. On top of the machine, there's a button here that when you press it, it actually actuates two jets of water that spray up that's actually heated. And with the brush that's supplied with the machine, you can clean all the dirt that's around it. Once it's finished, it'll actually suck the dirty water into its home tank. What we do is press this button up here, and you can see the jets inside here will start spraying upwards. It's sucking the dirty water out of it for the moment, and you see these jets here will spray upwards. When it's spraying, we can just agitate the dirt. And just make sure all around the jets are clear. You can hear the motor now running, so it's going to suck all that dirty water out of itself. You can keep brushing while this is going on still. So it'll run it a second time, and that water is actually heated as well, which does help agitate the dirt. And then water is just sucked out of it at the end. That's the tank of the machine cleaned. Once that's finished, the robot will also indicate that the machine is finished cleaning, so you can pop back in your mop cleaning tray back into it. This slope can get dirty as well, so again you can just remove it and just give it a quick rinse off with the brush in the sink. Just keep it nice and clean, which will just return everything back to a clean state again. Just with a baby wipe, just wipe the front surface of the machine just to keep it nice and clean again. You pop your tray back on, and that's the machine cleaned and the home station cleaned. One thing just to note, sometimes if the dirt is too much inside the machine, it can dirty the sensors or the charging ports, you might notice that the glider will be returning in home to charge, hitting its station, but trying to come back out again and go back in, and it will never lock in. So you just get a cloth and these two top sensors, just give them a wipe and wipe the window here. So you're just wiping this whole section. The corresponding charging pins on the back of the machine as well. Just keep these clean. That will make sure that it can find its way home and also charge correctly in the home station.
With your robot, the same as with any technology like a laptop or anything like that, from time to time they need to just be shut down and have a restart. So how you do that is you would first of all make sure your machine is turned off. So you press and hold the power button for about 10 seconds. You'll hear the machine say powering off. Then you open this flap, and in here beside the hinge there's a little button that says reset. So you'll need something like a pen or a pin. You would hold this button down for 3 seconds and then turn your machine back on. This will generally reboot it. It'll fix 99% of any mapping or technical issues that you may be having. And again, we would recommend that you would reset your machine once every couple of months, or if you've had an electricity cut overnight or something like that, if there's been a storm, a reset generally helps for the robot just to remember the map and find its way around again.